Hello guys, so today's subject is little black dress, and we're just gonna discuss which shape and form is the most universal for majority of women. We're kind of gonna develop the formula right here in this video. Little history. In 1926, Coco Chanel published a picture of a short, simple black dress in American Vogue. And before, in Victorian era, black was a color of grief. Widows were expected to wear it for at least a year. The original Chanel dress was straight in shape, it was knee length, and it was low-waisted. It had long sleeves and boat neck collar, and a pearl necklace, of course, was added to the look. Now it's an amazing staple piece in our wardrobe. It's a part of our basic wardrobe too. So what would be modern, perfect little black dress? There are so many different kinds of dresses out there, different necklines, different lengths, different silhouettes, and also made with different fabrics, which could be matte or shiny. All that is creating a little bit different dress. Now, some people say that a little black dress is a very certain type of a dress with a certain neckline, certain silhouette, certain length. You can't call any other dress little black dress. Some stylists, however, think that little black dress can be different. It just means that it's not maxi dress and it's not any other color but black, and it should be monochromatic. Rather than that, any kind of a different black dress, medium length black dress, can be called little black dress. What is the first requirement for little black dress? It should be very simple in shape. It should not have any strange and weird silhouettes. You have to be able to wear it anywhere you go. It should also be a piece for evening and for daytime. You should be able to dress it up or dress it down. This is what makes it so universal. And also, you basically can wear it every day. And if you're adding a lot of different accessories to it, you're changing your hair slightly or your makeup, you will look differently every day, and nobody will tell you, oh, she's wearing the same thing over and over again. So as far as that classic little black dress has to be simple in shape, that one is simple. Second thing, it should not be see-through or too sleek or made with very thin fabric. Why is that? Because again, it's not the most universal piece. If it's too sleek and the fabric is stretching around your body, basically people can predict how you look naked, and we also don't want that. So this dress is a little bit too thin. So preferably it would be made with stiff, maybe even double layered fabric. Sometimes it can be thick cotton, it can be wool. It should be something that keeps its shape. It should sit on your body and not be stretched around it. And preferably you would have to have a little bit of air between the dress and your skin. So something like this. Number 3, it can't have any embellishments. Embellishments is something that people are going to remember. It's already becoming a little bit too loud, and you won't be able to accessorize it to make it look absolutely different in this case. So this dress is not little black dress. Also, it can't be too short or too long. If it's too short, it looks like a mini dress. Maybe it's cool for the evening or casual look in a very hot summer day, but it's definitely not for work. And you can't accessorize it as a business piece. So even if you wear a blazer on top and go to work, it's already gonna be a little bit more revealing. If it's longer dress, also this length is not the most universal. Let's say it's midi. It normally ends up at the cuff area, and not every woman likes it because first of all, it can make your legs look shorter. It can make you look shorter, a little bit more squarish. If you have wide cuffs, also it's gonna make them wider. If you have extra flesh, it will accentuate extra flesh, make you look even more fleshy than you are. It can make your bones look wider in case you already have wide bones. So again, it's not for everyone, and many women actually don't like midi length of themselves. Of course, midi length, it depends. You can always find your best midi dress, and we're going to talk about it in one of my next videos. But just in general, again, it's not the most universal thing. So what is the most universal? If you look at the female figure, so this is how our legs normally look. So we have thicker thighs and it goes down, narrower to the knees, and then right under the knees you have this narrowing part of your leg. So that is the best length for any woman, because it looks like your legs are thin at the ankle, then they go slightly wider at the cuff, and then they go thinner, and we perceive your legs as thinner legs. Now let's talk about different kinds of necklines situation. As far as this is very universal piece, if you have too avant-garde neckline, it's probably not little black dress because it's not as universal anymore. This dress already has a statement, and it's more memorable. I mean, people can remember it easier. So if you wear the same dress next day to the same place where there are same people who seen you yesterday, they will remember that dress because it will be printed in their mind. There's that irregular part here on your neckline that is very interesting and unusual. So this is where their attention will go for sure. And they might remember that. If your dress is very plain and simple, they will not remember that. They will remember your face, your hair, your eyes, but not the dress, because there's nothing strange there going on. If you have V-neck and it's symmetrical, it's very nice. It elongates the neck. For some women, it might be too sharp, but just in general, it's quite universal neckline. Next one is mandarin. It can be very beautiful. It looks slightly upgraded, not as simple, not as casual anymore. It looks a bit more elegant. It gives that Grace Kelly vibe. It looks soft and feminine too. Sometimes if you feel like your neck is shorter and you like to wear your hair loose, not an updo, sometimes that mandarin collar can make your neck slightly shorter. So if it's slightly opened here, we can see that part of your neck go into your shoulders, that can be a little bit more elongating. If we have cowl neck, it normally looks very soft and feminine. It definitely can work great for some body types, which I'm gonna mention very soon. But in many cases, it can be slightly too much volume in this area. So normally women with more dry, straight bone structure, somebody who doesn't have any extra flesh or roundness in them, somebody who's quite angular, that can be a little bit too much for them. They might want to go for something a bit more flat. Also, it can accentuate double chin, believe it or not. Now, if we talk about boat neck, there can be several types of that can be slightly lower with spaghetti straps, or it can be boat neck that is just straight across your shoulders. So the one with the spaghetti straps can be absolutely amazing. It looks very delicate. It looks like it's slightly covering body. It looks light, gentle. It sits slightly lower here, so we can still see a little bit of longer neck here too. It of course looks less formal. It's more for the evening and sensual. If we talk about boat neck that is on the same level as your shoulders, again, for women who have a lot of horizontal lines in their bodies. For example, they are small, they have wide bones, they have very wide shoulders that they don't like. If they have wide rib cage, if they have short neck, if they want to elongate their neck, for them that can be slightly too restricting and too squarishing. If it's a square neckline, it's very universal. And of course, in this case, it depends on where the straps are. If they're closer to the center, it might elongate your neck, but then your shoulders might look much more massive than they actually are, your arms here. So I do recommend to go for straps that are further from the center of your dress. They should be a little bit further on your shoulders, especially for women who have wider shoulders and they don't like it. They want to make them narrower. This is perfect thing for you, because in this case, as far as this is black color and it's quite intense and contrasted, the silhouette of this dress is very important. If we talk about neckline, how it sits on your figure, the length and stuff, it's very important, the outline of the dress. So if we have wide sitting straps here, that will be more balanced just because the fabric of this dress is spread more evenly on your body proportionately. So it would look more right in proportions. And normally, as far as it's square, it doesn't look as sharp or as round. It's somewhere in the middle. So that's a great thing for pretty much anyone. Also, wider straps are great for women with big chest, and it's more appropriate for business purposes too, because if it's a very thin straps, sometimes it looks a little bit too revealing, too evening-like. But for business purposes, the wider the straps are, the better. If we have this sharp neckline, it looks very symmetrical and, of course, sharp. For certain body types, it can look amazing. Short sleeves. Sometimes it might not look very elegant. If it's short sleeves and it goes straight to the back of your neck, in this case it can be a little bit more elegant than just the dress with short sleeves. If you have short sleeves, it normally is giving very casual vibe. It feels like you're gonna wear just sandals or sneakers and wear it during the day as a casual piece, which is fine too. And some people wear that type of a dress to work too, but it's just a bit less elegant as the sleeveless dress or long sleeves. Turtleneck. It's a very beautiful and elegant type of a neckline for a dress. The only downside of it is it can accentuate double chin if you have it. It can make it too restricting. So for some body types, it can be a little bit too much. Normally women who have extra long neck, they like this type of a neckline because it kind of cuts their neck in two a little bit and it balances this area. And women who have quite wide neck or a lot of softness here at the bottom of their chin, they might want to go for something a little bit more neck elongating, which would be more open here. Also, turtlenecks can make your shoulders look slightly higher like this. So if you don't want your shoulders look more squarish, also probably you should choose something more open here. High collar, halter neckline also can be very delicate, can be very elegant accent in your dress. The downside of it can accentuate wider shoulders, and sometimes it can make your shoulders wider even though they're not wide. This is happening because you're closing this vertical line, you're exposing a lot of this part of your arms, so your arms just look a bit more massive, like a bit more athlete even. It can accentuate the musculature on your arms and expose armpits, so probably it's just not the best thing for business purposes. For evening, it can be quite nice. You always should check. If we have off the shoulder, it's creating a very interesting look, but again, it's not very classic because it's not symmetrical. People are gonna remember that. It's a very interesting detail in your dress, and it's not very simple business dress also. Can be nice for the evening if you are brave to wear interesting pieces like that. If we talk about thin straps, they call it spaghetti straps. Very beautiful, very delicate, feminine, elegant dress. Great for casual looks, for party. But as far as it's quite open and too revealing sometimes, it normally is not a business type of a dress. Also, there are loads of women who don't like to show that area and open their armpits. So the most universal neckline for little black dress would be rounded neckline and sleeveless dress with slightly trapeze cut here, meaning that the shoulders go not straight because it can make you look slightly squarish. Again, it can accentuate shoulder width, or your arms can look longer in case you don't want to do that. So if it's slightly trapeze, it goes a little bit out here, then in this case, it cuts the length of your arms. Your arms don't look too long. Your armpits are not exposed. It's a great business dress. It still elongates the neck. Rounded collar looks great on anyone. And it's opened and closed at the same time. So it's great for all of these occasions. Casual looks, business, party, wherever you go. You just change your accessories, your makeup and hair, and you're great. Alright, so this is the type of a little black dress that is the most universal for any body type in my viewpoint. It can balance all the proportions. It can be useful in all of the occasions, and it will make your figure look beautiful. It doesn't matter what body you have. In my next video, we're gonna discuss little black dress for the body types. And I will explain each body type and how they're gonna look in different types of little black dresses. Alright, that's it. I hope that was interesting. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.